Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. I'm Vanessa. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is part one of a three-part series on how to make this lovely beaded bag made with canvas mesh. Now, for my beaders, you need to learn a bit of crochet in order to make this bag because I'm going to be coming with like new styles of beaded bag that include other mediums. So this is going to be like a crochet beaded bag. So let's get right into the tutorial. I promise I'm going to explain it in a way that you can understand. So you're going to need your plastic mesh, and for beads I'm using 8 millimeter beads, and I've got a scissors, I've got yarn here. We're going to talk about some of these in a minute. And for my crochet hook, it's a 2.0 crochet hook, basically whatever crochet hook can fit into your canvas mesh. So let's talk about the canvas mesh first. Now these come in different hole sizes. I have these two here, but I'm going to be using this one. So this is how my mesh looks like, and you can start off by like cutting like the outer edges. You can also bead these if you want. So these canvas meshes, they come in different size. Some of them come pre-made, like the back size like this. So this one is pre-made and it's like a full panel, whereas the second one, like the one at the bottom, it has like its bottom. You need to do it like separately. So if you want me to do a different tutorial on the second canvas mesh, please let me know. And each canvas mesh, you work the project differently in a way. So this is how it's going to fold. So this is how it is going to look like. I'm just folding it so you guys can see what it's going to look like. And then like I said, you need like different types of beads as well, different sizes of beads for each design of canvas that you want to use. So these are just like the measurements. I'm just showing you that, hey, my phone can fit, so automatically it passes the phone test. Now for this particular tiny hole of mesh, I recommend the 8 millimeter beads. And please, when you're doing this bag, use plastic beads or weightless beads, like beads that don't have a lot of weight, that are not heavy. The beads I used for this video, they were quite heavy, so you don't want your bag to be already heavy. Okay, then you put stuff in it and it gets heavier. Now for the yarn I'm going to, or the thread that I recommend that you should use, is twine, or in some countries they call it like shoe mended thread. I'll put a photo on how that thread looks like. It is a single twine, but I'm a crocheter as well, okay? So I just thought to use my regular crochet thread. Now crochet thread is not a good idea to make it, especially if you're making it to sell, because it frays around a lot. I'm not going to recommend you using like regular yarn. Get the twine because that doesn't fray. And when you're using the twine, you're just going to use like a single thread. Don't double it or anything, just a single thread. So here's our needle, and you're of course you're going to this is the shriness part of this bag. Okay, this is why I had to do this bag in parts, so that I explain it well and you guys understand. So this is part one out of three, don't forget. So take your needle and thread your thread through it. Thread your thread through it. Oh god. Anyway, put your beads. Just put a lot of beads. You should have, it's preferable to have more beads in your thread than less beads. But if you have less beads, I'm going to show you how to add more beads and join it again. Okay, don't be worried, it's fine. Just put as many beads as you can fit in your thread, and then we're ready to get started. By the way, I've started making my tutorials in a way that even if you mute my voice because it's irritating you, you can actually watch what I'm doing and still understand. Okay, even if you don't speak English, I'm making my tutorials in a way that just by watching you can understand what I am doing, which is why the tutorials are longer and I have to do them in parts. Okay, so mute me if I'm talking too much, or yeah. So I just put my yarn through from like the top to the bottom, then back to the top, and I'm tying it at the top because I want where the thread is should be at the top, where where I want the front of the canvas to be. Then I'm pulling that through. Oh goodness, I'm putting that thread, I'm pulling it back on the back. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see everything clearly. So insert your crochet hook into the next hole and pull up a loop just like that. Then for this very tiny mesh, you're going to be skipping one square. Insert your hook, skip one square, then you're going to pull up a loop like this. In crochet, this is called slip stitching. If you check like a tutorial on how to do slip stitching, yeah, you can find it. So skip one hole, insert your crochet hook there, push a bead down, pull a loop through that hole, and then pull that loop through the loop that was already on your hook. This is me zooming in again so you guys can see. Okay, so you have a loop on your hook, skip one hole, put your crochet hook through that hole and push a bead down, pull up a loop and pull it through that loop that was already on your hook. That's basically what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to show this as many times as possible so that if you're a beader that doesn't know how to crochet, you understand. So I'm skipping one hole, going into the next one, inserting my hook there, pushing a bead down, and I am just pulling that thread through, and then I am pulling it in the middle of the loop that was already on my hook. So I have a loop on my hook, skip one square, insert your crochet hook into the next square, push a bead down and pull a loop, just like that, continuously. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a bit so you see, so that I'm not working off the camera. So push your bead down, go into the next, skip one loop or skip one square, and then you're just pulling through, just like that. Push a bead down with your hook inserted, pull it out, insert your hook into the next square, or into the square after that, because remember we're skipping one square and I'm starting with the first row of our mesh. Okay, so just like that, just repeat. Like I said, you can pause the video, you can go to the settings and reduce the speed if it's too fast. Yeah, okay. Push the bead down, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that was already on your hook, and that is it. You're just going to keep going like this until we get to the end, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, we are at the end of our first row, and then I'm going to show you how to start the next row. So for this very tiny mesh, you are going to skip a row and start working in the next row. So if we have 1 2 3 rows, we're going to be working in row 1, row 3, basically the odd number of rows. Okay, so you're always going to skip one row. So I'm just going to turn my what's it called, the canvas. Then I've skipped one row and I'm just going to slip stitch without adding a bead to start the row. We're just going to slip stitch, then I'm going to turn my canvas. Now I'm going to be working in a way that my what is going to be facing me is going to be the wrong side. When we started this row, it was the beaded side that was facing me. Now I'm going to be working with the wrong side facing me, so I'm skipping a bead and then I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to pull up a loop and pull it through that loop that was already on my hook. Okay, like I said, in crochet this is called slip stitching. All right, yeah. So we're going to repeat the same thing. As you can see, I've skipped a whole row. I know it looks like the sides are curved, but you're just going to line them up on a straight line, because we're just going to be working back and forth this entire project on a straight line. Okay, so skip one square, insert your hook into the next square, push down a bead. Okay, then yarn over and pull through. See, that's me doing it, yarning over and I'm pulling through. Okay, so I'm honestly just trying to find like the best way to show you guys so that all my explanation doesn't go in vain, basically. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to repeat the same thing. Insert your hook into the next square, push down a bead, and then pull up a loop and pull it through. Insert your hook into the next bead, like skip one square and into the next one. Yeah, okay, this is just because the gap that what's it called, the 8mm bead occupies is like 2 squares. That's why we're skipping a square. Okay, so that we give the beads like space to breathe. It's not too spacey, but it's not too tight either. That's why we're skipping one square, and that's why we're skipping an entire row as well. Okay, if you're to use, which if you want me to do the tutorial with like the bigger mesh, if you want me to do like a different tutorial with the other mesh size that I showed at the beginning where it had bigger holes, just let me know down in the comment section and I'll do a different tutorial, and I'm going to use a different size bead as well. So I'm willing to do all those tests for you if you want to see something like that. So you just go ahead and repeat the same thing over and over again, and when we get to the end I'm going to show you what to do. Yo, if you haven't subscribed to the channel at this point, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe. Your girl is finally full-time on YouTube now. YouTube is like my only social media platform so far. And I've got 3 YouTube channels, by the way. I've got a YouTube channel where I do teach crochet. I've got this one, the crochet channel is called Vanessa Stitches. I've got a channel where I do beads, which is Vanessa Beads, this one. And I've got a personal YouTube channel, which is called Diary of a Multi-Niche, where I literally put all the sort of crafts that I do, the talking. I just do a bunch of stuff on there. That's like a new channel. So if you do find any of those channels on, just subscribe to those channels. All right, so this is us. We're at the end again. We're just going to turn around the same way that we did when you're slip stitching at the turn. Remember that you're not slip stitching with a bead. Okay, you slip stitch to turn, and when you're done turning, that's when you start adding a bead. So I'm just going to let you guys watch this time. I'm going to stop talking. The voice is back. Okay, so hopefully you guys watched and understood what I was doing. So this is basically the pattern for the entire thing. You're just going back and forth, left and right, back and forth, left and right, until you like do everything. You fill in the squares. It's just back and forth, and when you do get to like the flaps or where the sides of the back is going to be, you're still just going to be going left and right, back and forth. And you can see clearly that at some point I did run out of beads. So these extra tails that you're seeing is when I put in new beads. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So this is me. As you can see, I was just going back and forth. I did use a different color of beads, by the way. Then I ran out of the blue again, and that's why I started using another color. So yeah, I'm just going to say again that if you do pick a color of beads, make sure that the twine or the thread that you're using matches the beads. Everything should match, okay? Even if the canvas is a different color, just make sure that everything should match. So back and forth, left and right, back and forth, left and right, even over the flaps, back and forth, left and right. Right, so let me show you how to add, in case your line finishes or your bead finishes, this is how you add another one. So you're just going to pull through a loop at the back, take your scissors, cut it off there, tip. Okay, there we go. And you're just going to pull it through just like that. Okay, then you're going to take your needle and you're going to thread your thread through listen, English, right? Put the thread in the needle. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Put the thread in the needle. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I don't take stuff seriously. And then you're going to put all the beads into. It's easier to pick up the beads, especially of this size, and put it in. Okay, then you are going to go into the square before the one that you ended in. Then you're going to pull a tail, the tail through. I don't know what I'm saying. You're going to pull the tail through. Then you're going to go into the square that the last square that you used from the previous thread, pull up a loop, and then you're going to take the other tail, pull it through, then you're going to tie both tails together. Simple. Okay, so please slow the, if you don't want to hear my voice, slow it down, slow the video down, and watch it again. Okay, then you're just going to start or continue crocheting like nothing ever happened. So I'm just pulling my bead down, I'm going into the next square, and then I am just going to pull up a loop, and then yeah, just pull the first loop, skip one square, then into the next one. Then I'm just going to continue my regular slip stitching type of thingamajig. So you're just going to slip stitch again until you got to get to the end. Now if you have one row left at the end of your bag, just work, even you don't leave it empty, because I said skip row. Okay, finish that row, because you want all the rows to be, I don't know how to put it, seamless in a way. So if you have one row left at the end of your bag, just work into that row. Don't think about skipping anything, because we want you know everything to align and the beads to cover everything. Yeah, so we're just going to continue slip stitching until we get to the end, and I'm going to show you how to end your work in a bit. Actually, I want to apologize if you feel like I'm not taking this thing seriously or I'm joking too much. Honestly, I found that if I do take my craft seriously, I lose the love of it, which is why I joke around a lot, and that just helps me enjoy it. So I hope you look past like the way I talk and everything. So yeah. So this is me just ending it. I just pulled the last bead, then I just crocheted loosely twice. Okay? I don't know why I was pulling that. I just crocheted loosely twice and then cut off the yarn, and we are done. Yeah, we are done. Remember, use beads that are not heavy for this bag. These ones were really heavy, which is why I'm recommending that you use plastic beads. You can use crystals, plastic beads, which I do recommend that you use sparkly beads for this bag, or pearl beads, so that they look nice. So for our next part, which is part 2, we are going to be sewing in the lining and everything. But before that, let us tuck in all these loose ends. We don't want any of this, okay? So we're just going to use our crochet hook and wrap each of the loose ends around. Like I'm just pulling it through like that, and you can pull this through those loops as many times as you want. We're basically just hiding it, just insert it into one of the the stitches that you made a lot of times. Then I just tied it there because it was double, but if it was a single thread, I would just cut it off. So yeah, I just repeated the same thing everywhere. This is me just finishing up the loops, and the tutorial is basically over, like I said, for part 2. Don't mind me, this is me being dramatic with like the nails and everything. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions in the comment section if you do have any, and if you do make this bag, send a photo to me. I'm going to see you in part 2 of 3 for this bag. Bye.